you're welcome to today's episode on Moment with PJ. My name is Chinasa Elizabeth Merugo, and I remain your anchor for today's episode. With me here is PJ in the studio, who is going to assist us in deliberating on a very interesting topic: how celebrities handle cheating scandals in their marriages. PJ, you're welcome to the studio.
Thank you, Chinasa, for having me today.
Yes, sir. As we all know, sir, we've always been hearing one or two scandalous news about celebrities, either from the male partner or the female partner. They say, "Oh, we got they or someone uploaded their videos
Their
and
nude videos.
yes, online, and they tend to do like I don't know the word they use
Like a
now.
damage control.
Damage control. They tend to do damage control. Either it being true or not, we don't know. But what we know is there is a news outside that we are all hearing, and we don't know if it is true or not. So, if we want to talk about how they handle these cheating scandals in their marriages as celebrities, what should be their first approach when such news goes goes open?
Public.
Yes, or public.
Well, Chinasa, no scandalous news is a good news.
Yes,
They might put up a bold face in the
the
public,
public.
but deep down they are crying. Even if it is not true, the fact that your name is associated with something untoward is not, it can't be a good news.
Yeah.
Okay, so for what the first reaction is going to be like, of course, dumbness. Okay, because when such news come, one, the first thing is that shock, that surprise,
They're not expecting it.
because you never saw it coming.
Yeah.
How come? How did it slip? How did it get to the public? You know, if it is true, you start looking at the efforts you actually put in place to ensure it never slipped.
Okay.
But like every crime, it will find its way out.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first approach will be that of shock, an element of surprise. And if, like you said, in the marriage, you should expect a rage from the other partner. All right.
Yeah.
But again, the first reaction will be that of shock and an element of surprise. If it is true, horrible shame. Shame, yes.
No, thank you very much, PJ. So if we say it is not true, what should be their initial response? Like, what should they do first? Okay, this news is already outside. They had no control over what should get publicized or not. It's outside. What should be their initial response to this? How should they react?
Because of their status, when an allegation, let's call that allegation, not a
Okay.
scandal, okay? The first thing to do is contact their lawyer.
Okay.
Their law firm will make a statement
Okay.
and sue anybody for
Defamation
of character. It's very simple. You will hear them running their mouth because they are 100% sure their hands are clean. But when their hands are not clean, they will sort to put a bold face, like I said,
Definitely.
but they may not want to press charges. They will rather, first of all, go and secure their family. Because there is something at that point social media will not see.
Okay.
The reaction from her husband or from the wife. But certainly the family will be on fire. The house will be on fire.
Okay. Sir, you made mention of if it is not true, or if it is true, they wouldn't want to press charges. What if it is true and they still want to maintain that bold face? They still want to maintain that the kind of celebrity that everybody knows. So if it is true and they still go ahead to do damage control, is it going to be effective?
It cannot be effective. There's something about lies versus confidence. When something is true, you lack confidence. And so even if you are putting on that bold face, Chinasa, you'll be asking yourself, the person that leaked this, what if he or she has more? So even you are careful because you committed that act thinking
That nobody
you had everything under control. And so you don't know if the person had a part two. So you be careful how you even talk. Of course, you want to talk because the people want you to respond. You speak in such a way that you are stylishly begging the person that is behind it.
Not to spill
Why
more.
you go and get a back person to please go and try and mitigate the issues for you. You come and talk, but you send messages fast to try to killing it. Do you
Sir,
understand?
but we've had case scenarios where we the fans or the public, we know, oh, this thing is true.
Yes.
But the celebrity in quotes puts up puts up a bold face. The lawyers, the publicists, they are everywhere giving damage control statements and all of those things. And at the end of the day, we see that issue is dying down.
Certainly.
Is dying down. So if we have this kind of case scenario that okay, it was true, everybody knows it is true. The lawyers, the publicists, they've done their own thing and everything has died down.
Yes.
Is there still need for this celebrity to either while they are walking on the road, because you cannot control people that meet you on the road if they want to do videos or not? Is it still advisable that these celebrities they give a speech when they are being asked questions, either from the
Like a random
journalist?
interviewer.
Yes, it's not planned for. They are just somewhere and a random journalist just walks out from nowhere and asks questions based on that scandal.
No, of course they won't respond, certainly. Because they already have their media team working on it, trying to cushion the effect on their personality. And so any statement at that time might be counterproductive. Because journalists, a very well trained journalist, can actually sweep you up your feet.
Yeah.
Just one sentence, you can just again expose further. And so at that point, they might want to put on their dark goggles and don't want to see anything. That is the setting. That's for true, yes.
Okay, sir. When we now talk about damage control, is it advisable that the celebrity in person or in question be the one to talk about this thing publicly, or he or she sends an advocate? Which would you advise that the celebrity does? Should this person speak by him or herself or through a third party?
Okay. Generally, there's a level you will get to. You don't make press statements.
Okay.
You have your media team that handle all of that for you. All right. Now, depending on the gravity of the allegation or scandal, you might need to do one or two physical communication. Now, if it is through print, certainly nobody knows if you wrote it. Obviously, your media team did the writing and sent to media houses.
Yeah.
But like I said, depending on the grievances or the depth of the allegation, you might need to come and then address the public. Addressing the public is going to, a very good publicist can help you make a speech, even if you are guilty, come out apologetic, speaks of your humanity and reassuring them of your willingness to make a change. You're not acceptable from your speech. One can decipher that, okay, she has not said she did it or he did it, but since she's a human being, anybody can fall.
Yes.
Do you understand? So a very good media person will help you do that. But for our text, looking at the impact of it in the marriage,
How they should handle it.
that can actually end the marriage.
Okay.
We are only talking about her public perception.
Perception.
What about the family? Even if her husband is understanding, what if the wife is understanding? What if the extended family refuse to understand? And so I can be involved with such scandal as a person, and my wife is forgiven. What if my wife's family is saying, no, you can't bring this kind of shame to us? So while they are sending messengers, their media team, to handle a public status, a lot of begging and explanation
Going on.
is going on in the family because she wouldn't want that to destroy the unity in our home. Yes.
Okay. No, sir. Taking it back to the family, if the husband is the person that is a victim and the wife is trying to manage or trying to control everything from her own angle. What best possible advice do you give to this woman as per, well, how does she now rebuild this trust through transparency? Or you should, the advice should be for the man now, not even the wife. What should this man do? What are the things the man should put in place to regain the woman's trust? Or
Okay.
what are the things the woman should put in place to regain the man's trust?
Okay, yeah, just let us take it to the foundation. The foundation of that union matters a lot.
Okay.
And it's going to speak volume to the extent to which they can have a resolution or reconciliation. But again, when there is an offender and offended,
Okay.
the offender, like I always maintain, does the begging. Okay, so there's the attitude for which the offending partner should put up.
Yeah.
And there's also the attitude of the offended. No matter how hot you are, this person is your spouse. Okay? Yes, nobody's expecting you to forgive in one day. You don't beat a child and tell the child not to
Not
cry.
to cry.
That again depends on the damage of that scandal. Do you understand? So both of them actually have an attitude. What's the attitude of the offender? You must show genuine remorse. At that point, don't sweep anything under the carpet. Talk about it. It has happened. It has happened. If it's a nude video that went public, babe, I have messed up. That is my face out there. That's my nakedness out there. It is me. Own up. Don't give excuses. When we give excuses, it does not give room for rebuilding. So own up to your errors. Don't blame it on humanity. No. Because you had a choice. I get what I'm saying.
Yes,
but own up to your responsibility. Accept that you were wrong.
Yes.
And put up a genuine attitude of being sorry. Now, again, depending on the kind of offense, you might need structures to speak to your wife. While you are speaking to your wife, one of the person can send SMSs to her. Some person can even call her. Please just take it easy. I know how shameful it is. Like people will say, a madman is not ashamed.
Family
But
members.
it's the family of the, so even you that commit the offense, you don't even feel the shame as your wife. And so she's carrying heavier load. Okay? So there might be need for structures that can help pacify her anger to be invited. But you, the offender, you must do that genuinely. You should have known what it is that can pacify your wife over time. Don't expect her to forgive you immediately. Again, depends on the nature of the hurt. No matter how small it is, don't expect an immediate forgiveness. So, but there are attitudes you will put up.
Yeah.
There are attitudes you will put up. Just imagine if you have a pastor or an imam, and the guy calls the lady's pastor or lady's imam or the lady's MD at work.
To
I
apologize.
offended my wife, sir. And imagine our MD in our office calling
Calling
her.
her.
Your husband just called me that he
That he
hurt
messed
you
up.
badly. Can I have a word with you? It will go a long way. Why? Telling my MD is a sign of, I
You're
know
truly
I messed up.
sorry. Yeah.
All right? So there are processes, but the bulk of it must start with the offender.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, PJ. So you made mention of rebuilding.
Yes.
So if the family or if the husband and wife they are to rebuild what has been broken,
Yeah.
how should they start?
Yeah.
What should be the first step?
Now, I think it's advisable we tell our viewers we should not be too quick to pull out of relationships because our spouses
Cheated.
make mistakes. Cheating is not good. Nobody supports it. But we should not leave her because she cheated. We should not leave him because he
We
cheated.
cheated.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
Let it be a regular occurrence Let it be you as a lady, as a guy, you've exploited every avenue to ensuring that attitude of his stop, and it's not stopping, then you can think of what to do.
Okay, sir.
So, sorry, there's what they call rights of first offender. If he's a first offender, even in the law courts, a lawyer can speak. And so, Jacob has no history of such an int of act.
Yeah.
The judgment will be minimal because it's a first offender. So we can apply that also in our home. If it's the first time, baby, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
or guy, I'm sorry. I'm just sorry. Again, no matter how painful we are human. We can fall. All right?
Yeah.
We are prone to mistakes. We should just look at what led to what and learn from them and guide to ensure they don't happen.
Yeah.
That's my appeal to the public.
Yes.
Don't be too quick to say, oh, because this scandal came out, I'm leaving you. Because he's already down. He needs his spouse at that time. So leaving him to these online sharks that will feed on him.
It would better still even continue. Once you've left the marriage, you will continue.
So he's already down.
Yes, sir. That's
Be available
very
for
true.
him. Yes.
In addition, I think communication also is key.
You must talk about
Open
it.
communication.
Honest one, yes.
Yes. Thank you so much, PJ, for joining us on today's episode, and thank you for the word of knowledge you've shared with us today. Our viewers out there, we've all heard the steps, the guidelines that could guide us through how best we can handle cheating scandals. Anybody can be a celebrity, not until you're posted on the social media before you become a celebrity. I would advise us, before we log off, we try and like this video, share, and always comment on our videos. You can also as well drop your reviews. You can drop your questions so we can also address them. Thank you so much for joining us on today's episode. Until we meet some other time, have a great day. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Shalom, greeting in Jesus' precious name.
Amen.